Hello again, everybody. This is Craig Evans of Autism Hangout, back with another installment of Beyond the Headlines. And today we have a most interesting guest. In fact, you may have already seen this guest, but not in the role we'll be talking to him about today. Today's guest is Yogi Cameron, and in a past life, you may have seen him in ads for Armani, or Versace, or Chanel. But after a spiritual calling for the past 12 years, Cameron has become a yogi following the yogic lifestyle with all its exercises and its understandings. And in the past 6 years, he has been studying and practicing the Ayurveda lifestyle and its medicine. It's one of the oldest forms of medicine out there today. So Yogi Cameron will have a decidedly different perspective on autism than most of us have heard before. So Autism Hangout, please welcome Yogi Cameron.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Okay. There is a global epidemic today. We are calling it the epidemic of autism, and we have our definitions of it, but we're curious as to how you would define autism.
When we look at Ayurvedic medicine and yoga especially, Ayurveda is all about the body, yoga is all about the mind. We see autism more as an energy, different energy. So Ayurveda says when in the body there's some kind of disease, there's an energy block. But in this case, we don't really see it as a disease. We see it as another energy. We don't really appreciate people for their own kind of characters in this world. We try to fit everybody into a box. So we consider people with autism not understandable, especially if they have a deeper energy, let's say, blockage. Mm-hmm. So we're not looking at people very differently, unless they're really on another level. Even those people are operating at a normal level to them. So we see people as normal. We don't see them as abnormal.
Okay. So your intent would not be necessarily to fix what the condition might be, but more along the lines of to develop and to maximize the person's potential?
Yeah, everybody is operating at a different energy level, and we tend to think everybody has to be normal, or what the majority do. If you really observe an autistic person or a child or somebody of different energy, you notice that they, on their level, do things which are very normal to them. They may not fit into society the way we've built the structure, but if you put them in a room or in nature, in the park, they're very normal to them.
Mm-hmm. I understand that part of what you do today is practice some of this medicine. Do you have any clients today that are people with autism?
I recently spent just an afternoon with an autistic child, and I've been going to a client's house quite often, observing this autistic child. Mm-hmm. He's not what doctors consider really, really autistic. Again, we don't have names for any kind of disease in Ayurveda. What we do is we follow the path of this energy. What is this energy going? Is it becoming very powerful? Is it becoming very weak? Is it hot? Is it cold? Where is this person going? So that's one thing I've been doing. Another thing is I've been going to an autistic school to observe many people and how they react to different things. Mm-hmm. They have what we call idiosyncrasies, but they're not. They're really just normal to them.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any formulas or techniques that you would like to use with these people? And if you do, what would you look at it as a successful goal for what you would practice with them?
Getting them to do a lot of breathing would be one. Ayurvedic treatments, putting them on herbal medicines, bringing the element which is maybe out of balance. Autistic children or people are still imbalanced maybe in one element or the other. Mm-hmm. Not because they're autistic or what people feel they're autistic, is just their health may be imbalanced in a certain way. So as a regular person, I would look at them first and see, is the element of fire, earth, or air out of balance? Mm-hmm. Bring that into balance, see how it works. Mm-hmm. If they tend to become sort of more regular, okay, now we're on the right path. If not, then we tried other methods, breathing, yogic practices, getting them to maybe meditate, doing postures. And then at their level, you have to make it fun for them, especially if they're a young child. So these are the sort of methods we use, and then herbal medicines as well.
Okay, so do you see any common occurrence of a weakness in any of the 4 categories at this point in time, or is it each individual has their own strengths and weaknesses?
Yeah, Ayurveda and yoga treat everybody individually. Now, we're all made from the same material. We all function in the same ways, but we don't outwardly appear. That's why there's no normal, if you like. So the function of the body is the same, but we all digest food and we digest information differently. So we can't treat anybody as with one pill kind of thing. So we really see, where is this person at? What do they find normal? We speak their language. We start to understand them. You know, if they've been hurt, or if they relate to people in a different way, if they relate to the masculine, feminine energy in different ways. Does a tall person bother them or a short person? Is it an animal? Is it a loud noise? Do they smell themselves a lot? Which senses are more heightened? So we look at the whole picture, and then we approach them in their way. Once we find the common language, then we can start to see what they need. But like I say, sometimes kids are quite regular, and we're trying to affect them to be normal, but they're actually okay.
Yogi Cameron, if people wanted to find more information about you and the Ayurveda approach to autism, could you give us a website where they could get in touch with you?
Yeah, at yogicameron.com, you'll find articles, blogs, sharings basically of yoga posture, breathings. There's information about different diseases. There's methods of treatment. It's not very difficult to stay healthy. It's committing. So whether you're autistic or not, or you're looking after an autistic child, just remember that we don't really call anything. We look at it and see, what does this individual need? And we don't do what we think is right. We look at it to see what they need.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, it becomes a discipline. Yogi Cameron, thank you for being with us today on Autism Hangout.
It's been great. It's been great to speak to you. Thank you.
And Autism Hangout, thank you for tuning in. I'll be back again soon with another Beyond the Headlines.